Yeah. What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Saturday. Hey, I know, man, a late edition episode. I haven't dropped one of these in quite some time, but I was up. I was doing some late night studying. I was like, let's go ahead and knock this video out tonight, man. Let's go ahead and get it done. Let's get it out the way. So here I am, cooking it up. Late night edition NBA action. Solid card on a Saturday. Y'all know the drill, man. We're just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. We smashed our NBA play of the day yesterday with the Detroit Pistons. That was a really good spot for them at home, at the crib. Bounce back game at home. That also happens to be a revenge game. National televised game. Pistons don't get a whole lot of those with how bad they've been in recent memory. So put all that together. I thought it was a good spot for Detroit. On the other side was the Philadelphia 76ers, one of the worst ATS teams in the NBA this season. They had been playing better recently, but I felt like in that spot they were overrated, overvalued. I thought the better team, who has more wins and has been better from a money-making perspective this season, was Detroit. Had to attack that spot with them yesterday, and we cashed. We're trying to cash another one in a row tonight on our NBA play of the night. You guys can scoop that play up over at Pickdawgz Premium. I absolutely love that play. But on this huge Saturday card, man, y'all know the drill. I'm going to cook it up and let you guys know my exact thoughts on every single game on the card, man. So buckle up. Let's do what we do. We just kick the crap out of the books betting hoops. Without further ado, man, let's hop right to tonight's NBA action. First game on the board. We got the team from Dallas, the Mavs, at home at the crib with the Houston Rockets rolling in. Houston, we have a problem. The Rockets have been absolute garbage here recently, man. I don't know what's gotten into this team, man. They've now lost 5 straight basketball games, dominated in their last one on the road by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Back 2 losses in a row to Brooklyn. Got beat by New York, got beat by Memphis. Rockets been struggling recently. Dallas, of course, we know what happened with them. They traded away their franchise player. They got aired out by Cleveland, turn around, lost to Philadelphia. Then they beat the Celtics outright on TNT on Thursday night. Dallas returns home in this one, man. Dallas is coming home to a very hostile environment. It will not be pretty in that arena for the Dallas Mavericks. And I don't know if they're going to overcome all of that. I think this is a solid bounce-back spot for the Houston Rockets. The Rockets have been a money-making machine this season on the road. They've also beaten Dallas twice this season. I think they have a legitimate chance to make it 3 in a row. I just don't like the situation the Mavs are walking into. You trade away your franchise player. You've been on the road for an extended amount of time. Now you finally return home. Saturday, day game. You're supposed to be protesting outside before the game. And then, man, it's probably not going to be pretty inside the arena. Wouldn't be shocked at all if the Mavs came out flat. I'm on the Houston Rockets in the bounce-back game on the road where they've played their better basketball anyway this season. We keep it rolling. We head over to Los Angeles, where my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers, are home dogs with the Indiana Pacers rolling in. Pacers laying 3.5 right now. Currently, this line is growing as the time of recording this. What just came out is LeBron. His game time decision questionable. He may not play in this one. I didn't love this game anyway, to be honest with you. With LeBron, without LeBron, I didn't love it anyway. Lakers are sitting on a nuclear bomb on Monday. The Dawn to be back, and we already know that they're going to be extremely pumped up, ready for that. So I really wasn't looking to bet the Lakers in this spot either. But I wasn't looking to fade the Lakers with how well and how hot they've been. The Lakers have been one of the best ATS teams and straight-up teams over the last couple weeks. But that exact same thing can be said about the team on the other side, the Indiana Pacers. We've been on the Pacers a really good bit here recently as well. They're hot from an ATS and straight-up perspective. It's a tough game. I could make an argument going either way. Right now, current point of the season, if we don't have a clear reason to do something, we don't have to bet it. We do not have to bet every game. And that's kind of my thoughts here. I will definitely be watching this game. I like the Pacers, and the Lakers are now my new favorite team. But I'm going to have to bet it. If I were to bet it, I would lean towards Indiana, especially now with the news breaking for the Los Angeles Lakers that LeBron won't play. This kind of just feels like a scheduled loss for the Lakers right now, currently now, and then they'll regroup in their next game when everybody comes back into the lineup. Indiana just playing really well basketball overall. Small lean in their direction, but not rushing to the window to bet this game. Next game up, we head over to Orlando where the Magic, 1.5-point home favorites over the San Antonio Spurs, total 218.5. I'm on the Orlando Magic at home at the crib. I trust the Orlando Magic at home at the crib, especially when they're favorites at home. Remember, Orlando, since the start of last season, when this team's at home and favored, they're 34-11, covering in over 75% of their games in this spot, in this situation. San Antonio feels overrated, overvalued because of the De'Aaron Fox trade. The Magic, for as bad as they have been this season, they're still the better overall team and ATS team. So that's how I know they've fallen from what they once were a season ago. They were printing money last season. But I kind of feel like they're going to return to that here really soon. And especially at home, at the crib, where we know and love them to play their best basketball, where we trust them. Sign myself back up for it, I know. But I'm on the Orlando Magic. I want to fade San Antonio in this spot. The Magic are favorites in this game for a reason. We keep it rolling. We head over to Washington, where the Wizards are 5.5-point home dogs with the Atlanta Hawks rolling in. Look, tough game, but ultimately I have to take the Washington Wizards plus the points in this one. Washington playing their best basketball of the season. I'm probably asking for it, probably setting myself up here. I'm expecting the Wizards to keep playing well, but in that same breath, we know what it is with the Atlanta Hawks. This team plays up to their competition. When they're in that underdog role, you can bet them, you can cash with them, you can grab the points with them in those certain spots, in those situations. But when the Hawks are favored against bad teams, they also play down to their competition. It's just who they are. It's who they've been over the last couple seasons. It's why we like fading them when they play bad teams. I know the Wizards have been blown out more often than not this season, but they're not nearly as bad ATS as you may think. And I think this is another spot where we just grab the points in our back pocket, hold our nose, and pray Washington comes here and plays good basketball. But no way am I looking to lay over a bucket on the road with Atlanta, especially with all the trades this team just made, things of that nature. Give me the Wizards plus the points, who are playing their best basketball of the season right now, currently. We keep it rolling. We head over to Chicago, where your Chicago Bulls are 6.5-point home dogs with the Golden State Warriors rolling in. I lean towards Golden State in this one. Golden State is the better basketball team. Jimmy Butler probably won't be making his debut in this one. I don't think it really matters. Chicago, when they traded away Levine, I want to fade this team more often than not, but I don't have a clear reason to bet this game. So right now, currently, I'm not rushing to the window for this one. But Chicago, they pretty much waved the white flag when they traded away Levine. They're going to be a team that I feel like it's going to take several steps back as the season steady progresses. Vibes in Golden State are kind of maybe at a high point, higher than they've been in recent memory. If the Warriors are going to be taken seriously, if the Warriors are going to go on a run and make the postseason and, be the Warriors who we've come to know over, history, then they have to win these style games over teams like the Chicago Bulls. You feel me? So small lean on Golden State. Not necessarily rushing to the window to bet it, though. Keep it rolling. We head over to Memphis, man, where we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Oklahoma City Thunder buddies out on the road, laying 2.5 points on the Memphis Grizzlies. Man, what a game this is. The Thunder did not cover last night. They were laying, 20 on Toronto. They won the game comfortably, but failed to cover in that one. Now they're on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. Memphis comes into this game. Last time we seen the Grizzlies was like 4 days ago. They played Toronto on the road. They aired them out 138-107. This is another game where I'm not rushing to the window to bet it, man. There's way better places to put my money, and I don't have to bet every game, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes the best play is a no play. I'm so serious when I say that. You don't have to force yourself to bet every game. And this one, it's pulling hairs. It's pulling teeth. There's no clear reason to bet either team. I could rattle off a million reasons why I like both. Memphis right now currently is the number one ATS team in all of the NBA. what have we said about the Grizzlies over the last couple seasons as well? This team goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. We love betting Memphis in Memphis, but in that same breath, on the flip side, Oklahoma City is our favorite money-making team. We trust Oklahoma City with our heart, with our brain, with our lives, from a money-making perspective. We love the Oklahoma City Thunder buddies. I can make strong arguments going both ways. Forced to play it. If you said, Jay, my life's on the line, I need a play in this game, please help me, save me, I would say Memphis Grizzlies. They go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. But do I really want to fade Oklahoma City? Do I really want to do it? Do I really want to do it? You feel me? Small lean on the Memphis Grizzlies in this one. I trust them at home. They've been a money-making machine, but so has Oklahoma City. But I'm going to lean towards Memphis in this one. If there's a spot where Memphis is going to show up, kind of flex their muscles a bit, it would be in a spot like this on Saturday against the number 1 seed in the West. You feel me? So give me the Grizzlies, man, in a small lean here in that one. We keep it rolling, man. We head over to Minnesota, where the Timberwolves are laying 5.5 points on the red-hot Portland Trail Blazers. We're on the Portland Trail Blazers plus the points in this one, man. Until the Portland Trail Blazers cool off, we're going to ride with them until the wheels fall off. And fading Minnesota when they're favorites at home has been really profitable. So just sticking to our guns, man. Minnesota this season, they're 6-17 ATS when favored at home. Don't trust this team from an ATS perspective. We call them the House of Disappointment for a reason. We've been calling them that for multiple seasons now. Hey, that's one of my greatest contributions to the sports betting world is naming the Minnesota Timberwolves the House of Disappointment, because that nickname is them to an exact T. So, yeah, they've only covered in 26% of their games this season when they're favored. We're fading them. Portland, red hot right now, playing their absolute best basketball of the season. I think Portland actually has a legitimate chance to come in here and win this game outright. I know Anthony Edwards has been playing some really good basketball right now. He out there tripping, but so are the Blazers. And I'd rather have over 2 buckets in my back pocket with the team playing as well as Portland is, fading a team playing as poorly in the favored role at home as Minnesota is. We keep it rolling, man. We head over to New York, where the Knicks are 2.5-point home dogs with the Boston Celtics rolling in. Total 229.5. Line tells you everything you need to know. Take the Celtics, lay the 2.5. Don't overcomplicate it. Celtics are the better basketball team. Shout out the Knicks. The Knicks are not a bad basketball team. You've never heard me say that. I honestly don't believe they're overrated and overvalued in this game. I think the line's exactly where it's supposed to be. I'm just sticking to the guns. You know what we've talked about ad nauseum this season. We mainly look to bet Boston in 2 spots. Motivation spots and following a loss. It's pretty much that simple. Following a loss, Boston has been profitable. Following a win, they've been an outright fade. So just continuing to do and see the board how we saw it for majority of the season. Just taking the better team in a motivation game following a loss. I still think Boston is the best team in the NBA by a pretty decent margin. They just have no reason to go balls to the wall on a nightly basis. Sometimes their jumper's not falling, and sometimes they kind of just are unmotivated. That's been the reason they're terrible from an ATS perspective this season. But after they lose a game, that's when they come through and play Celtic-style basketball. They just lost in embarrassing fashion on TNT the other night to the team from Dallas. I think we see them show up tonight in the Garden. I'm on the Boston Celtics. I'll lay the points here in that one. We head over to Phoenix, where the Suns are 4.5-point home dogs with the Denver Chicken Nuggets rolling in. Not a game I'm overly in love with. Forced to play it, I would lean towards Denver laying the points, but y'all know my thoughts on laying points on the road with Denver. You're usually asking for it. Denver goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. We trust Denver with our lives, with our heart, with our brain when they're at home, at the crib. On the road, you can bet them in certain spots, in certain situations. It's just not their spot. You feel me? In a spot like this, though, I will lean in their direction. On the other side is the Phoenix Suns, who are the worst ATS team in the league on a second leg of a back-to-back. No travel. They were at home last night, but that game went into overtime with the Jazz yesterday. They covered, surprisingly. If you had the Jazz last night, I feel sorry for you, man. Those always suck, bro. When you had the dog and they pushed the game into overtime, you got a good amount of points in your pocket. You had 7.5 points in your pocket last night with the Jazz, and they lost by 8 in overtime. That is sickening. Be what it be, though. I want to continue to fade Phoenix. We talked about how bad Boston is this season following a win from an ATS perspective. Phoenix is right there in that same airspace with them. So continue to fade Phoenix with expectations. Small lean for me here on the Denver Chicken Nuggets. We keep it rolling, man. We head over to Sacramento where the Kings are laying 6.5 points on the New Orleans Pelicans. Two teams we've been fading almost blindly for majority of the season. This game is an all outright pass for me. I can't lay points with Sacramento. Sorry, can't do it. And then New Orleans, not doing that either. Forced to play the game because I know I give a play in every single game, every single day. I would lean towards Sacramento. I'm not betting this game with my money. I guarantee you that. So just letting you guys know my thoughts. If I was forced to play it, I would lean towards Sacramento. Really no gut reason on why. The Pelicans are just terrible, terrible, terrible franchise. But in that same breath, so is Sacramento from an ATS perspective. So I'm leaving the game alone completely. I have no real notes on this one. Nothing to deep dive. Both teams are terrible. Flip a coin. Last and final game of the night. We got the Los Angeles Clippers at home at the crib with the Utah Jazz rolling in. The Clippers, man, they've now lost back-to-back home games. Before losing back-to-back home games, they were the #1 home ATS team in the league. We've seen them blitz the Utah Jazz twice this season. 144-107 in Los Angeles was the last meeting, and then the meeting before that was 116-105. For some odd reason, the Clippers got 3 home games this season, and the Jazz got 1. That's weird. But this will be the 3rd home game this season for the Clippers over the Jazz. And I'm going to take the Clippers. Off back-to-back disappointing home losses, this should be a bounce-back spot at home at the crib for a home team that's been dominant there this season. For a home team that built a multi-billion-dollar arena to be good. You feel me? They built a wall, some more shit in L.A., Clipperland. So I'm on the Clippers in this one. I know the Jazz have been decent from an ATS perspective on the road this season, but again, kind of like we just talked about with Phoenix in that last game. On the back end of a back-to-back for the Utah Jazz with travel following an overtime game, not a great spot for them. Clippers need a bounce-back game following 2 ugly losses at home. I think they kicked the crap out of the Jazz. I'll lay the points with LA here in our last and final game of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. Late night edition, man. I ain't done one of these in a minute, man. If you appreciate it, smash that like button for me. Share this with a friend. Share this with your betting group, man. Share this with your group chat. Share this with anybody, man, who you know, who you think may be able to take something from this video. If you'd like to fade me in certain games, by all means do so. I'm just here to tell you guys how I see the game, how I was able to become profitable betting the NBA, attacking specific spots in specific situations. So you guys can scoop up my NBA play of the day over at Pickdawgz Premium. You guys can hop on something long term. I have a good handful amount of plays today on Saturday with college hoops, 155 games going off today. Solid NBA card, which we just broke down in extensive detail. And then, of course, tomorrow, the big one, man, the Super Bowl, man. So plenty of things going on this weekend from a money-making perspective in sports. Just trying to help you guys navigate your way through it. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know, man. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me, man. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Check out the morning show then as well. I'm out of here. Peace.